Welcome to Xi'an, one of the oldest cities in China and one of the great ancient cities of the country, having been the seat of several dynasties, including the very prosperous Tang dynasty. Now, the city is most famous for its terracotta army. There are believed to be around 8,000 soldiers buried in the mausoleum of the first Qin emperor. But as much as I want to talk about all of the history and the terracotta army and everything that's beautiful about the city, I can't, because there's something more important, and it's this. This is the Geely Automotive Manufacturing Base in Xi'an. Spanning 2,260 acres, it's Geely's largest and most expensive plant, with a total investment of 7.8 billion yuan. It's the production hub for Smart as part of its joint venture with Mercedes-Benz. It currently makes the #1 and #3, with plans to add another new model by next year. The plant has an annual capacity of 300,000 vehicles, which means that it can spit out 1,000 vehicles every day. As befits Geely's electrification push, the factory uses only clean energy. It's literally covered in solar panels, with a capacity of 51 megawatts, producing 53.76 million kilowatt hours every year. It also has over 296,000 square meters of green area. It's no wonder then that this is the first car plant in China to receive the Zero Carbon Factory certification. So now we come to the two cars that Smart currently produces at the Xi'an plant. The first is this Smart #1. You've already seen this on our channel, and if you haven't, you can watch the video in the top right corner. Now, the one that we really want to see is this Smart #3. Now, this is the coupe version of the Smart #1, kind of like how the BMW X6 is to the X5. This car is so new, it still has the protective film on the wheels. Now, you can see that it actually is, I think, a little bit bigger. As you can see from how long it is a little bit bigger than the #1, and of course, because of the roofline, it is a little bit lower as well, and I think that the ride height is also a little bit lower. Now, the #3 may look a little bit like the #1 from the outside, but I believe all of the body panels is different in some way or another. You can see that the headlights don't quite have this very pronounced X shape they have on the #1, and if you look down to the side, the Smart badge, which used to be on the D pillars on the #1, are now on the front fenders. Moving along to the back, you can see again the roofline is a little bit lower, and the full width taillights are slimmer as well. Now, the lower roofline does mean that the #3 is more aerodynamic than the #1, which means that it actually has a longer range. It still has a 66 kilowatt hour battery, but its range is now 455 kilometers on the regular two-wheel drive premium model that you see here, and 435 kilometers on the Brabus version with all-wheel drive. So that's an improvement of 15 kilometers. Speaking of which, the performance of the two cars are also a little bit different. The #3 uses the same motors, 268 horsepower on the rear-wheel drive premium model that you see here, and 422 horsepower on the Brabus. But this one is actually a little bit quicker. Even though it has the same motors, it gets from 0 to 100 kilometers per hour in 5.8 seconds. That's nearly a second quicker than the regular premium #1. Now, the Brabus model is a little bit quicker again, gets from 0 to 100 in just 3.7 seconds. That is seriously fast. As for charging, the #3 is identical to the #1. It still supports up to 150 kilowatts of DC fast charging, bringing the battery from 10 to 80% in under 30 minutes. You can also plug up this car to an AC wall box at up to 22 kilowatts. This is one of the rare few cars that support that high of an AC charge, and that means that the charge from 10 to 80% is only 3 hours. Inside, again, it's very similar to the #1, so you get quite a funky, premium feeling interior with some nice materials and lots of cool touches like the 64 color ambient lighting. There is one very big difference, and that is the center air vents over here. Now you have these circular air vents instead of the pill-shaped ones, again feeding into that Mercedes look and feel, and they have the ambient lighting integrated into them as well. Now you still have a big 12.8-inch center touchscreen which you can use to control your ambient lighting, as you can see here. And the fox that you had on the hashtag 1 is now replaced by a cheetah. Let me close that. The instrument readout is still a 9.2-inch slim LCD display, which is, I feel, still not quite big enough, but you do at least have a head-up display on top, and you still get a 13-speaker Beats sound system. Back here, it is still quite comfortable, the same as you have on the hashtag 1. You got a lot of leg room, and you can slide your feet underneath the front seats. Headroom, despite the coupé sloping roofline, is actually pretty good, but that is because the panoramic glass roof that you also have on the hashtag 1, here you don't get a powered sunblind. This is open all the time, so if you're living in Malaysia, you really have to tint this glass roof over here. Other than that, you still get rear aircon vents down here. I don't know if you can see it. You've got one USB-C port and one USB-A port, and you've also got twin rear cup holders as well. Now, one thing that's different is that this car does not have a sliding, rear seat that you have on the hashtag 1. So unfortunately, this is all the legroom that you're gonna have. So you don't really have much time with the cars. We're already on the way back to the factory, but we did get a taxi ride in the car, and I can say from the very short experience that the ride, I think, is a little bit firmer than you get on the hashtag 1, but it's still pretty comfortable. And the one thing that I noticed is that it's very, very quiet. There's the same thing with the hashtag 1 as well, and bodes really well for the car. The car feels quite fast, but again, we didn't get to drive the car at all. We'll have to wait and see until the car comes over here. Apparently, it's going to take some time after the launch of the hashtag 1 before we get to see the hashtag 3 in Malaysia. But we'll be there for all the full coverage, so stay tuned for that. Good afternoon. I am no longer in Xi'an. I am actually in Shanghai. Now, we're going to fly back to Kuala Lumpur very, very soon. But before that, there's one more thing I want to show you. And it's this. Located near the trendy Shipyard 1862 area along the Huangpu River, the Smart Brand Center in Shanghai represents the company's ambition to become a leading premium EV maker. Its monochromatic aesthetic is a bit at odds with the brand's front image, but it's thoroughly modern and spacious, with 3 floors, including a VIP area in the middle and an area of 676 square meters. According to Smart, the brand center is not just a showroom, but it's also a place for Smart fans to meet up and experience the brand's lifestyle. You can buy your merch there too. Now, I spoke to people from ProNet and they said they're not really sure how much of the CI of this place they're going to carry over to the Malaysian showrooms, because customers in China and Malaysia are very different in terms of taste. But they are very serious about wooing premium buyers, and they're going to do that with something that's more upmarket and friendly. And let's face it, they really have to do that because the cars start at 200,000 ringgit. They don't just have competition from Mini anymore. They've got people like Tesla joining in with that price range, and Smart isn't going to have that opportunity to just run away with the market. This is uncharted territory for Proton, and to be honest, for Smart as well. But the cars do show some promise. They are quite funky looking. I quite like the design of it. The interior feels quite modern and quite premium as well, and the driving experience is pretty good as well. So the cars, I'm pretty sure, can do well. It's just whether they'll be priced right and whether the customer experience is going to match those expectations. We'll see about what will happen in the near future. For now, I wish them good luck. So there you have it. I hope you enjoyed this closer look at the Smart brand and this new hashtag 3. What do you think? Let me know in the comments down below. If you enjoyed this video, give us a thumbs up, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and ring the notifications bell icon so you don't miss any of our future videos. Read all the latest tech news on searchandchow.com. You can also find us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter or X, and TikTok as well. As always, stay awesome. I'll see you in the next one. Bye!